Hello everybody, this is Stan and welcome back to Boston Treasure Hunters. What you're looking at basically is all the pennies and nickels, and I think there might be one or two nickels, dimes or quarters in there as well. From this here, I'm going to show you, this is how I've been keeping them all year long. IHPs, I believe that's empty. Then there's '09 to 1919, and then the 20s to 30s, and then they broke them up every 2 years, 40, 41, 42, 43, so on and so forth, all the way down through the 50s. And then I have the '09s right here. And right here are any V-nickels or buffaloes I've found. And then we get, of course, we're getting the nickels now. We have 38, 39s. And then down here, again, I break them up by a couple years at a time. You'll notice there's no silver in there as that goes in the silver jar. Then we have the 50 nickels right here and here. Then right here we have nickels, '09s, and proofs. Then we have any dimes that we found, any San Francisco proofs or '09s as well. And then right here are the quarters, which are West Point 2009's S's and proofs. And we come back over to here. We have all the Canadians now. These are all 1 cent, 64 and prior, then 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and aughts. Down here, we have any Canadian nickel, dimes, or quarters that we found. Then this one here is actually, it says dimes, but it's literally in all the bank bags or boxes I went through. Any change that didn't belong in that, I put in there. Any foreign coins I found, except for Canadians, while coin roll hunting. And then down here are AU, BU coins I found, and other. The rest of this is all part of my roll coin collection. Not going to put that in this video. What I'm going to do now is show you what we found this year. Before I continue, again, I want to ask, if you are enjoying these videos here, please do hit that like button. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe. I've been hearing also a lot that YouTube tends to unsubscribe people from channels, so definitely check it out if you want to stay subscribed to make sure you still are. And, of course, I love reading the comments. So with that, I'll be right back. Okay, how I'm starting this off with is the first 4 bins right here. And as you can see, we did not find any Indian head pennies. I already kind of knew that, but I figured I'd show you. Then we have the '09s, the 20s, and the 30s. So what I'm going to do is stack these up right here and show you what we have for 2023. Okay, so here we go. This is what we ended up with. The very top one here is 1909. We had one of those. 2 1910s. Then we had 13, 14, 16. We had 3 1917s. We had 3 1918s. And we had, what is it here? Those are the 1919s, which we had a stack of with 2 1919 San Franciscos. On the 1920s, we ended up with 7 1920 Phillies, 2 23s. These are all going to be Phillies, 2 24s, 2 25s, 2 26s, 5 1927s, then 6 29s, and 1 29 San Francisco right there. As you can see, not very many with mint marks, which is to be expected. Moving into the 30s, we had 5 1930s with 1 San Francisco. Then we had 4 1934s, 7 1935s, 8 1936s, 14 1937s, 5 38s, and 7 39s. What I'm going to do now is bring out the 40s and break them all up and show you all the mint marks that we have. So with that, I'll be right back. Okay, now I have laid out all the 1940s. We have 41, 40, all the way through 49. And as you can see, not too bad. I'm going to stack these up, and I'll be right back. Okay, here are the 1940s. Look at all of this stuff here. I'm going to go through this real quickly so this video isn't a bazillion hour long, excuse me. For the 1940s, we had a total of 30 of those PD and S. 41s, we had 37 with no additional mint marks. Each of these big stacks, by the way, are 25, and they're just, after 25, we just keep trickling them out. 42s, we had a total of 30. There was 2 Denvers and 28 Phillies. 44s, there was 54 of those. Always get a lot of 1944s, can't help that. And then there was 7 Denvers and 5 San Franciscos. 54s, we had PD and S for a total of 10 of those. Then on the 56s, we had PD and S for a total of 77. 47s, we only had Philly and San Francisco for 16. Then on the 48s, which is the second to last row going across right there, We had a total of 28 of those, with 26 of them being the Phillies. Then on the 49s, we did have PD and S, total of 7. Excuse me, a little bit more than that there. There's 10 in the first and then 4 other ones, so 14 total. Well, there you have it. That is 1940s. I'll be right back with the 1950s. Okay, everybody, here are all the wheat pennies from the 50s, and as you can see, they're all split up by dates as well. And just kind of a quick glance of what we have in each. Of course, there's a lot of 56 through 58s. Those are going to be fun to stack. I'm going to do the same thing as I did before, stack them all up by year, mint mark, and I'll be back to show you what we have. Okay, and real quickly, here's 1950s. For 1950, we had just under 30 total. For 51, there was just over 40. For the 52s, there was about 50 of them. The 1955s, there was 30 1955 Phillies and 28 Denvers, with 9 of the San Franciscos. 54s, we had a total of 21, no San Franciscos. Oh, excuse me, that was 53 that had 30, 29, and 9. The 55s had a total of 43 of them, 29 of those being 55s. All of these ones down here are literally all 1956 to 1958, total of 241. Almost 25% of all the wheat pennies I found this year fall into that category, as we found 1,002 according to the count that I have. So literally almost 25%, 1 out of every 4, fell into this category. And down here we have a couple of nice shinier ones that I thought I'd just lay out. What I'm going to do now is go ahead and look at the 09, so I'll be right back. Here's a quick look at all the 2009s before I dump them out. And again, I'm going to do them by Type 1 through Type 4, and of course, Philly, Denver, and if we get so lucky, San Francisco. Okay, real quickly, here is all the Type 1, Type 2, Type 3, and Type 4. And when they say that Type 4 are hard to find, take a look at this right here, and you can see there's a total of 216 here total. I'm not going to break down by each individual mint mark, but there you go. We have a ton of Type 3s and not so many Type 4s. We'll continue. Next up is the Canadians. What I'm going to do is basically give you a total of all these and just break these up by decade, let you know how many we have. So this will be really quick. Be right back. Okay, here we are. All of the Canadian coins stacked up, and again, just by decade. We ended up with the one coolest coin, really, in my opinion, is right back here, and that is a KG5. For some reason, the camera is not clearing up. Let's take a look, see if we can get that date. Give me just a second. Okay, there it is. It's 1936 Canadian. It's the oldest penny that I found this year. Not too bad. As far as the rest, we had, let's see, there was 14 KG6s. There was exactly 64 at 1964 and prior young heads. Then on this 60s and 70s, did those in one group. That was actually 225. That's right there. Then we come down into the 80s, which there was 203. The 90s was 192. And lastly, there was 59, 2000 to 2012. We'll be right back. Okay, moving on to the nickels. This is everything we have found. I'm going to go ahead and point out all the highlights real quick. I'll stack these up, clear these off real quickly. So with that, I'll be right back. Okay, here they go. All the nickels stacked up. Let's see, what did we end up with? We had, way back here, we had 7 1938s, and this one over here is 1938 San Francisco. I don't know if this is going to clear up enough for me to show you. There we go. See that San Francisco mint mark, and 1938. In really nice shape, too. So that was cool. As far as the rest of them, all pretty much a lot of common dates. We had 229 from the 40s, and then down here we had 305 from the 50s. Each one of these stacks has 20, not 25. And down here, we did have a couple of proofs. That one down here is really nice condition. And we had 18 2009s. So really, this was a lot of fun. It really was. Let me go ahead and continue on with the rest that I'm going to show you, so I'll be right back. Okay, so here goes a lot of the miscellaneous finds from this year here. We have the dimes, 09s, and S's. There's literally only 2 in there, not much. Then we have on here, this is quarters, West Points, 09s, S's, and proofs. There's a couple in there. Over here is we have the, looks like Canadian nickel dime quarters. Then this one here was all the non-denominational change I found in the banks, whether it was a nickel and a penny bag or so on and so forth. I'll stack those up real quickly. Then over here, foreign coins. And then we have AUBU, the real pretty ones I found. And then we have other. What I'm going to do is sort these out real quickly, show you what we have, and I'll be right back. Okay, for the dimes and quarters, 09s, S's, and proofs, this is what we ended up. We had 2 dimes that had 2009. I just didn't get a lot of dimes. And as you can see, not a lot of quarters. Small stack of 2009s right here. We did 2 West Points, American Memorial Park, and a Lowell. So a couple W's, that's cool. And 1 San Francisco 2017 Frederick Douglass. Let me go on to the next. For the Canadian nickel dime quarters we found, there wasn't a whole lot. I just didn't find a lot. I did find 41 nickels, as I did do a lot more nickel boxes. And the coolest find here of all of these is right here. Let me just clear this up a bit. There you go. It's a King George VI. And that is in 1947, which is actually the year my dad was born. So the rest of these right here, let's take a quick look. There is no silver in the dimes or quarters, just regular circulated coins. Semi-commemoratives, but nothing really major. Okay, so as far as the extra change, there's like 1350 or something here total. I don't know. But yeah, 5 pennies, 4 nickels, almost a whole roll of dimes, and almost a whole roll of quarters. So pretty cool. We do have that one awesome find that I found in a bag of pennies a few months back, and that, of course, is the 1919 Mercury dime. No mint mark. Let me go on and finish up the rest of this. Okay, looking at all the AUBU coins I have, and this is just kind of show you that you can find some really nice looking coins still in circulation. That's 56 boxes of pennies, and we have 35 of them there, so not even 1 penny a box that I pull out. And down here, we have, 30 of them in the nickels. There's a couple, actually, those 2 right there. Those are both 2023s. I got to see if I need them for my album. That's the only reason why they're there. But that was all I wanted to show you real quickly. Okay, as far as the bin that I had with other, I had a couple of errors here on the quarters. Spinning horse, die crack, doubling on the earring, and a couple of drooling Georges. Then down here were miscellaneous items I found in the bags. These right here. This looks like a possible Black Beauty 1964, hard to say. Do have 1 proof, Kennedy $half. Down over here is 5 no-date wheat pennies. And this one here has a slight lamination error on it there. These ones here are all the foreign coins that I found in bags and boxes and all that. There's probably a little bit more than just about a pound here. And on eBay, these are going anywhere from $15 to $25 a pound if you want to pay that much. I pay a lot less because, well, I don't want to spend a fortune on something that I may not need. Now, finally, up next is going to be the silver. It's not going to be very exciting, but still, kind of. Okay, for the silver jar, there it is. Not very much at all, but we're going to count it up, see what we have, and give a meltdown value. Okay, and here is all the silver. The Mercury dime that you see was actually the one you saw previously. It was found in the bags, but I kind of tossed in with the silver anyways. We did find 1 Walker, 164 Kennedy, a few 40%ers, then we have a quarter, a dime, and I believe it's 27 nickels. I did use the coin melt value calculator, came out to $71 in silver. So, not a ton, but you know what? I'll take it. I'll add all this with that extra change that I had. Maybe actually get a better camera in order to record these videos, which would be great. Well, that's it for this video here. I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I did. It has been a fun year. I cannot wait to see what 2024 brings. I really can't. I'm hoping to be able to get a lot more $half, quarter, and dimes to hunt. However, where I'm at and transportation-wise, it's a little bit of a challenge, but I am trying to work on something for that. If you haven't already, please do like the video. It did take quite a lot to put this together, and I hope you did appreciate it. And if you did, or if you haven't already, please make sure you just subscribe. Excuse me, I'm getting a little tired and tongue twisted. Well, that's going to be it for this video. I will see you again in 2024. Happy hunting.